guys. It's the 10th of May, and the fellas just left here. We had a engineer, Rodell, came. He's their water guy, and I told him, I talked to him a little bit. Seems like a heck of a nice fella. First time I ever seen him, and just a sharp kid. But you know, I was telling him about all the things that happened during this build and why I make these vlogs, so that people know. Just so you guys there at the Meterland, you guys are all watching this, that it gets better. This all should have been taken care of way before I ever got the place. Now he comes in, he went all around, all up by the tank. He went to a bunch of houses and checked the water pressure, and some of them there had 39, and most of them had, you know, 26 or 32, something like that. Mine's 19. Okay, so there's a problem down here. If a pipe got crushed or something. But you know, I even said after all the obstructions were done in the house, I said in a vlog already that, you know, it's not on them anymore. I went ahead and got rid of the screens. We do have a problem with the restriction on the things coming through the Insta-Hot, because the pressure is, I showed this Rodell guy how much lower it is, and it's because of those. And I'll change them. I'm not even going to bother him about that. I'm just going to go to the hardware store and get some half-inch ones and put them in and be done with it. I don't need any headaches there. And then I'll have some for the toilet left over in case something breaks down the road. But you know, I still think it should have all been fixed. Now they're gonna go in between and try to get this hashed out, you know, so that we can have some decent water pressure. While he was here, he was trying to shower upstairs, and he could see that, you know, there just isn't any. Turn the water on downstairs, it takes a crap. So, you know, that's why I was saying it's not on Demeterland anymore on that. But they're the ones who built here. They're the ones who should have known. That's their due diligence, to make sure if they're going to build a home in an area that it has the infrastructure to support it. What happened if we would have come here and the sewers were all blocked and now all of our toilets are backing up? And I'm supposed to go to these people and blame these people for it? No, guys, no. I go to the person who built my house. That's who I look to. That's the person I gave the money. You know, now down the road, it's these people we have to talk to, but they should have done all this in the beginning. I still say that, and I do hope you guys down there, you're learning from this, and you turn it around. Start looking at things. I worked construction my whole life. We couldn't get away with this crap that you guys are pulling. Come on, guys, this is what you do. Is this what you turn out everywhere? You know, come on. And I do know you get away with it because the Filipinos don't complain. I talked to the one neighbor. How's your water pressure? Oh, it's really bad. Well, did you complain? Oh no. Oh, it was like oh no, like he was afraid. Hi, handsome. So I'm going to let you be done. Like this guy Rodell, he's on it. He's going to talk to the water people here. But here's something else, and I told him about this, about his tank, this tank here. This place ain't never going to keep up with that tank. It's not going to happen. I know in the little town I lived in, we had 2 500,000-gallon tanks, and it was definitely not as big. The land area was as big as this, but the housing numbers were nowhere near as many as this. And we had to go in and put in another tank. We had to, you know, to cover it, to make sure there was enough water, because the one tank got crushed. A guy who was running the water district, he closed the valve on top. He said to keep the dirt out, and then when people came home from work and they started using the water, it crushed the tank, and it kicked it down to like only 250 gallons. It crushed this big metal tank. It was the tall, skinny one. You know, crushed it like a pop can. So there wasn't enough water, and there were sprinkling bans. So then down the road, they had to, they got some federal and state money, and they put in another 500,000-gallon tank up on the hill, and then boom, the water shortage was solved. But you know, it's not going to be big enough unless they go full on some kind of a city water. But I'm not going to be too happy. I lived in Carmona. I guess I got spoiled there because we always had water and we always had lots of pressure. And then we come out here. Is it going to turn to where, like it was in GMA, where we get water maybe 2-3 hours a day? Is that how it's going to be? You know, I don't really know what's going to go on here. I did find something else out too when you guys live in places. Like our last place, a lot of people are unhappy with the association. Well, it's up for a vote. Their contract is up, and they can be voted out. I didn't know that. I thought they were just the association and there was nothing you can do about it. So I'm sure it's this way too, and we're a homeowner. We're a homeowner here. So if they don't get up off their stuff, hey, we'll vote them out too. You know, we'll get to it. I'm going to start talking to all these neighbors, because I've talked to 6 of them already. And you know, they were just saying, yeah, the water pressure is not that great. It's better than mine, though. You know, it's much better than mine. But that's what we got. So hopefully this is going to get resolved. Right now, they're holding off on any kind of a pressure tank or anything like that. But what I might do down the road, as houses go in and if I start seeing a pressure drop, I'm going to buy a big tank. I'll buy a biggest tank as I can get to fit somewhere in here, and I'll run. I might just put one here. That way I'll have backup water. Our friend did that. He lived over in GMA, and they had the water that was coming up. You only got it for a couple hours a day. Well, he was a little bit down the hill, so he had a lot more pressure than we did. His house, I would say, was 15 feet lower than ours, so he got some pretty good pressure from that. And I thought, cool. Well, he had this big tank on the outside in his dirty kitchen. I don't know how many gallons it was, but it was a pretty huge tank. So when the 2 hours of water came, he filled that tank, and he filled it all the way up. And then he had water 24/7. Because they didn't use all of it. It was a big tank. He could take showers and everything. I believe he was a German fella, and you know, the place was nice. Now our friend is staying there, and they got water all the time. And it's the same place that we were. So, you know, that's kind of cool. And he had a little pressure, the pressure thing that blows it throughout the house. So that was a nice house. When that one went up for sale, I would have liked to have bought it. The only problem was there was absolutely zero parking for the car. And oh, I can cut it when I come in. But there's just none. And even though there wasn't any, we were looking for somebody that would sell us a little lot somewhere, because the house was only $1 million. And it was beautiful. I mean, this German dude laid it out. It was absolutely gorgeous. And he went back to Germany though, and it's rented now, I think, for $7,000 or something like that. And it's really fantastic. It's a nice place, and I would have bought it if there would have been parking. There was a place for motorcycle parking for the people in there. And the guy up from us, he could drive down the alley and park in his house, but then right after his place, there were more steps going down. No way you can get a car in there. And like I say, I couldn't find anything. I would have loved to bought a little lot. I'd have paid them whatever they wanted for a lot and just built a little garage and would have walked to the house. But there was nothing close, and nobody even renting. So, you know, that just nixed that little house. And it was a nice one. It was a very nice little house, all one story. So, but you had to go down steps to get to it, you know, because it was down lower than our house, right across the road from where we used to live. But hopefully these guys are going to get it resolved, and I'm going to keep blogging on this, on what's happening. I think that these blogs, this young fellow named Rodell, he said they're all, Demeterland, you guys are all watching these things. Great, you should watch them. I hope you learn from this. I really do. And that you guys can turn your company around and you know, become a really good company where instead of doing the vlogs like I've been doing, I should be doing vlogs of what a wonderful bunch of guys you are. That's what I should be doing right now. So, you know, get up on your horse and say giddy up, and let's get this dang thing fixed. Let's get it going. You should have had that water thing straightened out long before I ever come here. You should have had the wires terminated in my recess cans before I ever got here. You should have had the stupid electric for the fridge thing full voltage before I ever even came. How comes you don't have people that check that? You know, you should have had the plumbing drain pipe, the 2-inch drain pipe that was terminated into the dirt That should have been checked. I mean, what don't you budget money for checkers? Somebody that, come on, guys. This is not my job. You should be paying me. Where the heck is my salary? Where's my stinking salary? Because I'm the joker who had to go in there and fix all this stuff. So I hope you guys turn around and you start delivering a quality product. I really do. So don't forget to pray for each other. And this is Rick Shaw out.